welcome to the first episode of EchoCraft. I'm a late addition to the server, so we are midway through Season 6, and we do live pretty far away from everybody else, especially with our lack of elytra right now, so I am just creating a simple path to make it a tad easier. Plus I got a horse, which you'll see in a moment. But first I'd like to say a big thanks to all the Echoes for having me, and especially hidngemini for staying up super late to welcome me and help get me situated, and I cannot wait to get started. So let's get into it. I am looking for a horse, but first I need a saddle, and he's gonna give it to us. Ooh, there's some prime real estate over here. How many leather does it take to make a saddle? 3, I believe. Yeah. And here we are. This is a pretty horse here. We'll give this guy a little test. He sounds anciently slow. I can run faster than this. What a waste of life. That's a little harsh. You're next up, buddy. So, another anciently slow horse. I want that saddle back, actually. Alright, this fella over here is our next target. Ooh, he sounds a little bit faster. We're not looking for the fastest horse on the server, but someone that can get us around quicker than foot. Here we go. I am very happy with that. How's your jumping? Oh, this is a marvelous horse. That might even be 3 blocks. Let's check him. Oh, that might even be 4 blocks. That is incredible. What a pull. 3rd horse. Alright, we're gonna need this fella because this here is where we're setting up shop. And all the way over there is where just about everyone else is. I really need to chop down a few more trees and expand out this pathway. It's a little bit narrow for a horse. As we pop out on this side, we'll see I've done a little bit of mining, and we now have an empty side of the mountain where we have a little platform to build on. And this is where we're going to be setting up our starter base. Might not take up all of this space today. We're definitely going to get something cool in. I just got back from a trip to Vietnam. I was away for about 3 weeks, and one of the cities I was in, Ho Chi Minh, came with a fair bit of inspiration with more of the city aspect of the country, and I think I'm going to try to implement some of that style into this starter base. And it is super cluttered, and we're going to give it a red hot go. And not too long ago, SimplyKnight and BentleyBot came by and gave me a nice welcome and brought me some obsidian to set up a portal, which is going to be super helpful because it is a long way. We can see that's Z's base there. We've got Swearo there, and that's Chrono Quest. I think that's Cake right there. So we're right next to the minigame district and Z's base. And I think just on the other side of this mountain, we have Cloudsy. Yeah, just there, that's Cloudsy. So let's plug this guy into the ground. And to come up with any names for this guy, I'm terrible at naming things, so leave a comment, some ideas, and yeah, I'll pick the best one. That is going to be super helpful for if I need to go over to the shopping district, which is way down there, and just to visit other people, because we are pretty far away. BentleyBot came and visited while I was mining out the mountain face, and he was so kind as to gift me an elytra that he had spare, so that I can get around much easier. That will be very helpful, now that I've just set up the paths. But yeah, thank you, BentleyBot. Next problem is that I don't have any rockets, so I might need to try to sort out a plan for those. We're getting kitted out. So I went over into the shopping district over by Spawn and went into Zed's bookstore. Zed provided a bit of a starter kit and provided some tokens to use at their bookstore, so I took advantage of those and got some free books. And then I made my way over to the Ender and ended some Endermen. It's a bit of a tongue twister. And I got fully kitted up. For some reason I decided to go with gold boots and a copper helmet, but that didn't last long because as I left, after I'd spent about an hour getting all of this, all these enchanted tools, and I chucked an ender pearl, landed in between two slabs, and I found myself having a swim in the void. So we're back to square one. I think I'm just going to use Zed's starter kit from now on because I am lazy. So materials. I put Zed's starter kit to good use straight away and went off to gather the block that I'm going to use the most of for this build, which is yellow terracotta, and only 49 blocks of it to be exact. And then on the way I picked up a few saplings and happened to stumble across Gem's starter base, which was interesting. I don't know how I managed to find that. I then decided to gather all of the wood blocks to begin, so I raided the Echo Tower and pinched the rest of the saplings I didn't have. SimplyKnight later did tell me that was actually communal, so I didn't technically steal even though I thought I was stealing. A few visitors came by and I welcomed them, and while gathering I discovered that I'm actually using every single wood type, including bamboo and the netherwoods. Speaking of the blocks that I used and the different colors and just the sheer number of different blocks I used, it was a terrible idea. This is my starter base and I've decided that I need to create farms and gather blocks for a number of different things. But then it's also sort of strange because I don't want to make a farm to get 23 pieces of kelp. That's bizarre, but then I still have to go and get it. But then I also need to go and gather 13 pieces of glow lichen, and it's just like not enough of a block to create a farm out of it, but then too much to where it's kind of a pain to go and get it. And thank goodness that this is a server and that everyone else is kind of already started out, because I can borrow from them. Plus, now that I know about the Echo Tower, I did go and raid that again and try to get some blocks that I could use. But it was just quite daft of me, really, because I used copper, which needs to be waxed and oxidized, and then I've also used stuff that requires silk touch or shears, and so many blocks from the nether as well. It is ridiculous. Like, I've almost 3 full double chests of different blocks. Crazy work. And other than some stuff that I need to get in the shopping district, we're done. All the materials done, all gathered up, which is pretty cool. But if I just quickly show you these chests, it's pretty ridiculous. Just like the number of blocks here, and like the amount of just like I'm using one of a single block so many times, and it's actually a little bit ridiculous, but I cannot wait to get it built. But first, let's go take a look at when Night swung by, because I hung out with him for a bit. He was kind of just swinging by to see how I was doing and just chat for a bit. So I didn't really record it, but I did have a flashback going, and we just kind of talked about our bases a little bit and some architecture, because I'm an architecture student and Knight was an architecture student but only did a year, which is interesting. And then we got into horses, because I showed him my horse that, as you guys know, is insanely good at jumping, and he just happens to have a really fast horse as well. So we went and got his horse and a camel from Ike's base, and we bred them for a bit. And Finnche even dropped by and provided some sugar to help us grow the baby horses up real quick, until we turned up with a really solid horse. So the guy we ended up with is quite quick and can jump, so that's pretty cool. So in terms of the shopping district, I just swung into a few shops and grabbed what I needed. I needed some moss and a few different types of bushes like ferns, some wax because my copper is not waxed, or some honeycomb that is actually, and then dark prismarine and some ink sacs was nice, and then I picked up some pumpkins from the communal farm. So I've been farming a little bit of spruce wood because I want to help hello? Oh well. I want to help Ike out with his chrono quest, and he needs it for a tunnel. I'm going to be careful where I look, because this is actually slightly out of order, and I've already built my starter base, so that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to show off this little pen that I made. It is really, really nothing fancy at all, and I have no idea which horse is which. I think one of them is named. Yeah, Swampwater is the firstborn child of these two. This is my horse. Please name him. Or her. We don't know. And Knight's horse. So, well, there's a little bit of inbreeding here, so I don't know whose father is who and whose mother is who, and yeah, so we're just going to ignore that. But we're on our way to finding a horse that is quicker and can jump higher than both of ours. So far, I think this guy here can jump higher than mine, but is not quite as fast as Knight's horse. I want to actually get these saplings before they despawn. Oh, little spoiler there. Ooh. Anyway, enjoy the time lapse. Sit back, get something to eat maybe. I don't know. Do whatever you want. And I won't actually talk through this one. I'll just put some music on. So enjoy. So the server's just been updated. I have none of the correct settings. But anyway, wow. This doesn't look amazing because, again, I'm going to fix my settings now. Everything still kind of looks wrong. I've also got like absolutely nothing rendered in, so let me fly around for a second. There we go. That third person looks better. We still need everything to render in. And now we have a tree blocking our view. This is all going perfectly to plan. And none of my keybinds are bound. Oh dear, I've reloaded my shaders so many times. I don't even use shaders. Oh, and now we're lagging. This is a really good showcase of the build. Oh, and I just left my horse by himself. He's probably wandered off somewhere. Goodness me. Where is he? Oh, he's chilling. Alright, that look... Ooh, shaders reloaded again. Come through these trees here, and that's pretty cool. It is the sort of look I'm going for. I'm going to Cheaty Cam, just check it out. Best view is chucking that put the FOV at 30, and then just like kind of here. That's a pretty cool view, but it is currently, there is no back, so do need to work that out a little bit, and I also need to work out this terrain down here. Oh my goodness, 30 FOV. Anyway, every time I change perspective, I'm going to reload my shaders. Cake is going to get a heck of a lot of business out of me. Oh, I think I lost my lead. Basically, I need a lot of moss, and Cake is owns the moss shop, so I'm going to be investing there a whole bunch for this side of the cliff. I'll work out some more kind of fauna, or is it flora, whichever one. I also don't have any armor on. Probably a good idea to have that on. Getting awfully distracted, and it's raining now. Oh, I want my saplings before they despawn. Okay, far out. If I could stay on topic for 1 second. Basically, I want to work out some other plants to put on the side of the mountain, similar to how I saw in Vietnam, because it was really... I was quite blown away by how the mountain ranges looked, because there was never any kind of cliff edges like this where stone was showing. It was always grass on the sides. So I really do want to try to replicate that a little bit with the plants and stuff that I put in. And then I definitely do need to make this thing fit in a little bit nicer. Like right here, this is meant to be like a little walkway, so I need to sort that out. and probably make this pathway continue, like kind of go all the way up the side of this mountain to the tippy top, potentially. We'll see. Can't be too ambitious to start the season. This is only episode 1, but I have so many ideas and I cannot wait to get really involved and get a bunch of stuff started. Also, the reason chat is popping off, I think, is we just updated to... I don't know what my zoom button is. Oh well, I don't know what that is. I don't have my elytra on. I think that's Seaniverse's base, one of the new guys as well. That's probably spoilers. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. God, I didn't even notice I was missing half my tools as well. I was like, where's my bundle? But no, it's everything I was missing. Mob kebab. 5 enemies at once. That's kind of cool. I've got some sticks. Let's grab a diamond and see what we can do with this spear. There we go. Alright, now I just need to get it enchanted. And I also need to work out... Sorry, this has just been a very chaotic little monologue here. I need to work out like a backing for these windows and stuff, because right now we're just looking into stone and dirt and like this here. I don't want that to be the view. So I might do some floors and maybe extend these walls around. But for now, I might just go and enchant this. So I've just gone and enchanted my spear, and I think that I have the perfect spear. I don't know if there's any other enchants that you could possibly get that would make that better. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then I have just a very basic trident. I do want to get Riptide so that I can get in the water and have it throw me. But for right now, loyalty will do. In terms of the spear, I did already have a little bit of fun in the nether. I'm mostly just trying to learn. I need leather for some more bundles, so I'll take out some cows and we'll see what happens. Wow, that works pretty efficiently. Well, maybe I could get fire at 5 leather? Oh, I have looting 3. Okay, wait, hold on. That's pretty awesome. Let's see if I can get both of these guys while they're in line. And I missed both of them. I like this thing. How many hits is a cow with it? There's 1. 2. There's a bunch of leather. Wonderful. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can jump and have it launch you with the elytra. But it doesn't launch you once you're in the air. That's okay. This is like the first time I've really played around with one properly. I'm really not sure what the optimal angle to view this from is, because there are a bunch of signs that don't render in that I used quite heavily. I think it's almost a build that looks better closer. Or maybe in that medium range. See how everything just spawns in from here? It's a bit of an odd one. It looks pretty cool flying in. I can show that if someone's coming to visit. That's the view they get. I did just add in all of this moss, and this is going to be temporary. It's just so that it's not like out and open. Mobs can't get in, that sort of stuff. But if we trek to the very top, most of this moss here is actually extended over the top. I was kind of going through all my clips that I have of showing off the build, and I've realized that I did a really quite terrible job of really representing what it is. It is kind of 4 buildings. You've got this red one with the blue roof, a little shed, and then there's this yellow one that's a little bit taller. It's got a few apartment buildings sort of stacked on top of each other. And then this one in the middle I like to think of as like a restaurant or a clothes store at the bottom, and then it goes up into houses as well. And then another store with little houses as well. So they're very similar, like it's like row homes, but not really. I don't know how to describe this, but I really like how it's go to sleep. I really like how it's quite cozy when you're down here with the little shelters that come out over the path. It's very consumerism based, little shop fronts. The interior, don't have anything planned. I'm an architecture student. I sort out the architecture. The interior, Yeah, that's not my forte. Shush. So yeah, I just kind of put floors in, and then I'm trying to work out, I'll probably extend like all this up, and I'm trying to determine whether I want to separate the rooms, and then they can almost be like different storages, or I just keep it open. I'm really not sure what I'm doing with this place yet. I haven't really thought that far ahead. But for now, I think this is okay. I might put a back wall on, or at least get rid of this granite, because it looks pretty terrible from back here. And you know, the thumbnail is very important, so I'll definitely fix that up. I'm really honestly thinking that I might just go like I've done here, and just like bone meal these blocks. I've tried to get rid of these azaleas, but sometimes a few sneak past me. Kind of what I've done with these bits is just hit bone meal on it. I'll give you a little example. Ooh, a wandering trader is nearby. How nearby is nearby? On my roof. Excuse me, sir. I would suggest getting down from there. You got any goodies for me? I'd like you to get off my roof, please, but it's probably not going to happen, is it? Okay, oh well. So I'm pretty much just coming around to the sides here, and just where there's an open moss block, just bone meal it, and then bash out these azaleas. And then I just find another one that's near the edge, maybe this one, bone meal that, and then it extends out a little bit. I've done that all over the place, and I'm thinking for now, just as a very simple way of doing it, that might be my way of terraforming this mountain before I have a real design sorted out. That seems like a great idea to me. While I take out this granite, I want to ask, holy, you're so loud. This is why you have a water bucket, and this is why my flint and steel is here, because it's just so obnoxiously loud. What was I saying? I want any ideas on shops, because I've spent so many diamonds on different things. Oh, we're in a hole. I've spent so many diamonds. Let's see what I've got 9 diamonds left. That's really bad. 9 diamonds left. I had like 2 stacks, so I'm gonna either have to go mining, or I need some suggestions on shops. I need a good shop idea for making some good moolah, because 9 diamonds ain't gonna cut it with how lazy I am at gathering materials. So what I'm breaking into right now is Ike's minigame, Chrono Quest. Well, at least the minecart rail that takes you all the way over to it. And when I say minigame, I do mean like massive game. It is not mini at all. We did a world tour with a bunch of the Echoes, introducing myself and the other newer members. And Ike mentioned that help in finishing off this last part of the tunnel would be greatly appreciated. So that's what I'm doing. And I guess this is where I leave you guys off. I'm super excited and motivated to take on EchoCraft. So keep an eye out for future videos, and the best way to do that is to subscribe, probably. I don't actually know how that works, but either way, if you made it this far, give the video a like and consider subscribing. I really do appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.